Get out of my cords, baby. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room, and Dottie is in my cords. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where you hang out with me in here and follow me on my sewing journey. And I hope I can inspire you to put something under the needle. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Pouring rain. I love it in Tennessee. That is wonderful. Hi, you guys. Yay, yay. You made the live. Yay, Crafty. I love it. I love it. Let's say good morning to the girls. We have got some canine units down here, as Robin Williams called them. And what was that sitcom, you guys? Look how precious she is. Y'all, 14.8 pounds. That chunky Corgi Healer mix right there. What was that? What was the name of that show? I can't remember that. It's early in the morning. What do we got? We got treats for my girls. Yes, hello. Oh, you guys, I'm going to declare her housebroken. She turned 4 months last Thursday. So she's 4 months in a week. And Mork and Mindy, thank you, Patches. I appreciate that. All right, good stuff. So yeah, I'll never forget that. Oh, my goodness. Let's get you another little bone here this morning, Miss Dot. And look how good they are. And she sits. So Frito doesn't sit. She's old. Yep. All righty. I'm going to turn the camera so you can see the exodus that we have here in the sewing room to the rest of the house. Come on, girls. You want your sticks? Yes, you're good girls. Yes, you are. Come on. Well, come on. There we go. Oh, you're spinning in circles, Dot. Here, that's for you, and that's yours. All right. You guys go bother Daddy for breakfast. Okay. Very good. Very good. This is my life. I'm nothing but dog toys down here. It's a hot mess, y'all. That is the life. Oh, my goodness. You know, I was going to make today's project on the 10 needle, and I just couldn't pull that design up. It's huge, that snowman. So we're over here at the Luminaire, and I need to put some stabilizer and get everything ready for that big 9x14 hoop. It's a big design. Yeah. So anyway, what has been going on? So yesterday I did get that black binding on that I Spy quilt, and it's on the front all the way around, and I'm almost halfway finished. The way I do it is I wrap it around and stitch in the ditch from the front, and I'm about halfway finished with that. I had to quit. I had some stuff I had to take care of. So yeah, I know. I'm so happy that she is housebroken. We have not had any accidents in the house. You know, part of it too is realizing her nature. And so when I took her to the vet Monday, first thing Mary Kay, the receptionist, did was she reached down to pet her on the head. And as soon as she did that, she squatted and tinkled right there on the floor, which in the vet, you know, they have their floors are prepared for that. And there she was with there was Mary Kay with her spray and her paper towel. She was ready. So because she's excitable like that, when we greet her, first thing, it's, you know, you don't look at her, and then she can do her excitedness and whatnot. I might even reach down and give her a love on the head without looking at her, and she doesn't squat when that happens. So I just have to warn people. We used to have a dog that did that too, Macy. She did that, and so I learned then. My camera right here is telling me it's low on battery. I need to get the plug for this thing. So I'll show you the mess that is that quilt. It's just a big wad over there on my sewing table. So that'll get finished up today. And I need this. Yeah, this is the one right here. And I might need this one too for that camera number 2. So I'll just bring it all. Okay. And pop this in here. And I don't know if I have a plug close enough for this one, but we'll see if it'll die or not. I don't know. I don't think it will. It has more battery than my other one. All right. Oh, good, Lynn. That's wonderful. She says, I motivated her to bind a stack of quilts. They've been sitting there looking at you. Good for you. Yeah. You know, I have a stack of tops, flimsies, as the English call them, and I need to get those on the long arm. Oh, Dottie is just barking and barking. Frito must have a chew bone that she wants. Let me charge you guys. Okay. We don't need this kind of drama in my life at this hour of the day. I hope that I hope my noise canceling is getting rid of all that racket from that dog. Y'all, they play, I call it NASCAR. They run around my sewing room, around this big cutting table, and it's a loop, and it's crazy. Whoa, those dogs. Do not put this near the ground. We've had that happen before. So, awesome. Okay. You don't hear anything. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I was going to do this over on the 10 needle. That's why I was a couple minutes late. I was going to do it over on the 10 needle, and I couldn't get the design to pull up. It's just way too big. So I had to cut all my threads off of the 10 needle. I'll just finish this up over here at the Luminaire. So what do we people do that don't have anything bigger than an 8x12 with the Snowman? So Connie, the reason the Snowman is a no-go on the 10 needle is because I included the background quilting in the design. That's why. So you may need to do maybe your own background quilting first. You could just do, you know, if you are including background quilting in it and you're doing the quilt as you go method, you could just do the, you know, some half-inch apart cross hatching or something like that on the fabric. And then do the design in an 8x12. I think it'll work. The design finishes at 8x10, so I think it'll work. Anyway, yesterday I had talked to y'all about doing this. I didn't put the link below the video. Oh, I copied and pasted from the other day. Now look, I'm dark. We're having a nice, bright, sunny day here in South Texas. Let me put up this Halloween quilt and hide that brightness for my camera. This is that new Sew Tights quilt hanging system. My goodness, this is handy. And I do not have a sleeve or hanging triangles underneath this on the back of this quilt. If I did, you would not see these at all. I'd slip them up inside those hanging triangles, but I don't have any. How easy is that? Love it. That's the Sew Tights. There, that's better. How about that? Send you some sunshine, so simple. Yeah, we got it down here. It's cold this morning. It's in the 70s out there. Walked outside for the dog's first little, you know, business moment, and I was like, oh, I need a jacket. Oh my goodness. All right. So yesterday I had talked to y'all about doing the Classic Christmas with Kimberbell. I think that link to that is I'm hindered by cords. I think the link to that is under yesterday's video and not today's. I have to check. But I wanted to show you. So if you're going to be doing that with me, and I know a lot of you are, this is it right here. I don't know which one I'm going to do. This is cute. You get 3. I really want to do the wreath. I think that's just precious. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. I have a quilting disability. I can't pick fabrics. That's not in my wheelhouse. That is not something that I'm gifted with. And so I've always relied on, you know, gracious employees in a quilt store to be able to help me pick fabrics. And it is a quilting disability. It absolutely is. We should have our own thing at the Social Security Administration, don't you think? So I can't pick, and I don't have. It's very difficult to come across these Kimberbell fabrics by Maywood to find these. These are old, and you know, you might have some, but not enough. I found I have a piece of the green with the swirls. I don't have any of this, I don't think, and I know I don't have any dots. So those 3 fabrics are used throughout this pretty much. So what I'm going to do, okay, is use another line of fabric that has greens and reds and that kind of thing that work together. So this is how I cheat and get by on that disability. Okay. Is it still available? Yes, Pam. The design is still available. Absolutely. If I don't have a link below it in the description box here, it's under yesterday's video. This, you'll get a physical card. Okay. And there is I don't mind showing y'all because I've already downloaded my designs and you can't use the code. There's a redemption code in here. Okay. So you'll get the card. We're going to do this in November. So what I did is I found a line of fabric. I don't think it's Christmas. If I remember correctly, I don't know. It might be, I'm not sure. Y'all help me. You know what? I need to look at one of these fat quarters. I think this is a Sherry and Chelsea line. I think it is. Here, but it's got a stripe. You like that? See? So I'm going to go into, I don't even know where these bundles came from. I don't recall. So, oh, they have the digital download too. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. No, so I copied the description box from the last Snowman, which was the day before yesterday, and I didn't include the link to this. So I will do that immediately following the video. Okay. But I think that these are going to work just fine. These fabrics are from the same line and they're designed to work together. They're not designed as a Christmas bundle. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is either strawberry lemonade or raspberry summer from Sherry and Chelsea. I think this is going to work and it's going to be just lovely. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do for that. So nobody's going to care, right? So if I use like that lime green for the lighter one, okay, and that for the darker one or something, there's a dot, okay? Nobody's going to care and nobody's going to know, and it's going to be just precious. And the only people who are going to know that I didn't use Christmas fabrics are you and me, and nobody talks to us, right? So nobody cares. But I love this line, and the stripes in it like this, they're just perfect for Christmas of all things, right? So if you're like me and you have that disability that you cannot pick fabrics, look around your sewing room and find a bundle or two. This, I don't know why these aren't. This is the whole fat quarter bundle right here. This is the whole 9 yards. Okay. They aren't either of these lines. What are they, Lynn? You're welcome, Jackie. She said she just purchased the pattern. So I need to look at a selvage in here and see if I can find it. It might be a line. It might be Christmas, but why do I not think? See, oh, wait a minute. What do we have? Ah, My Favorite Things by Sherry and Chelsea. Don't I know that? I know my designers, y'all. Yeah, I think it's My Favorite Things by Sherry and Chelsea for Moda. This is not put out as a Christmas. Okay. There. But I'm going to use it like one. Because these pieces are so small on these things, you're not even going to notice. Okay, so that's how I'm going to overcome that. And then I had mentioned to y'all the other day that, let me share my screen. Fabric Confetti had their Christmas patterns on sale. And where's it at? I thought that I had pulled it up. I thought that I pulled it up here. Let me do this and get this so you can see. Fabric confetti. I thought I just pulled this up. And then it is called 'Tis the Season. And this was on sale. She had sent me the sample of it. Let me get it and show y'all. Let me show you guys. I had it down in here somewhere. Yeah. So you get in the design, it's a wall hanging and a mug rug. Okay. And she sent the sample to me. This is Vanessa from Fabric Confetti. So she sent me the sample. It's just precious. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, that is cute. Now these are, and here's the mug rugs. This is all in one. This is all in one design. Wall hanging and mug rugs. Super cute. So I just showed this to you guys, right? And no mention of a sew along. Well, then I get a text last night from Katie. She says, did you say you're going to do a sew along? Because she's never made a fabric confetti design. And that she does things just a little bit different. Okay. So here it is right here. Let me get it bigger. And this is everything you get in that pattern. Okay. So I said, no, I wasn't planning on it. And she says, well, we could use one. And I thought, all right. So I went ahead and got the pattern yesterday. And in November, maybe I'll do a block a week just to get you guys the idea of how to do her method is a little bit different for doing applique. And she has pre-cut SVG files included in there. And so we'll cut the fabric on the scan and cut. And if you don't have one, then if you don't have a scan and cut, then you just run the placement line twice. Okay, you have to just back up and do that placement line again, and then you can trim around it. So we'll do it a couple of different ways. And I told Katie one of the things I'm going to do, if I can, in my luminaire, I'm going to go into the Brother Embroidery thread palette and tell the machine which pieces are applique position and convert that there in the luminaire and then send it wirelessly to the scan and cut and let them cut out. That will be cool. So I am an enabler, Betsy. I know. I'm sorry. And so I went digging last night in my stash for background fabric. And I found this fabric. I don't know if it's printed anymore. And I don't know if you can tell. It has, can you see it? It has snowflakes on it. Let me hold it real still. There's the snowflakes. You see it? That's going to be cute. And then I still need to dig around and find the outside fabric, you know, the banners or borders and sashing and all that. And she has a different method for doing that too. So anyway, it's going to be cute. We'll do it. I'll do like a block a week. I've got a lot going in November. We're doing Prim. And hopefully this week I'm going to finish Enchanted Winter. So that means today the Snowman. Yeah, it's going to be busy week. I'm going to have to put these threads back on the 10 needle because there's a lot of embroidery in the last couple of blocks. But I would like to have it finished by the end of the weekend for sure. Okie dokie. Every year someone comes up with a white on white snowflake, Margaret. Yeah. Day Name says, what is Prim? Well, it is a Lori Holt embroidery quilt. And we are starting that in November. We're going to have a ball doing that. And it is going to be released. It ships in November. So Prim is a fabric line for Lori Holt. She's a big quilter, but she is on contract with Riley Blake, who is a fabric manufacturing company. And Riley Blake has an embroidery section in their company. And so they are embroidering Prim. They've created an embroidery quilt for Prim for you embroiderers. Yeah, That'll be nice. It's going to be gorgeous. What day does Prim start? I'm not sure, Tammy. It is going to be the first week in November. Y'all, I'm looking over at my year calendar in November and December, and there's not one thing on the calendar, and I love that. Actually, that's not true. I'm going to be in Mo Queens in Tempe doing Snapplique class 21st and 22nd of November. If you guys can make it, I think there's still a few seats on the 22nd on Saturday. Let's go ahead and get started. I need to, while this camera still has battery, because the cord is not long enough to reach. I don't think. Oh, I can. Hold on. I just happen to have a big old long. Let me help you out, Dayname, for Prim. Let me pull it up. There. Whoop. Oh, my word. There's a link below in the, let me see here. Okay. There is a link below in the description box to Prim. Okay. And let me pull it up here. And this is a big quilt. And there's a thread kit if you like. Hold on here. Let me get back to you guys and share my screen. Okay. Harriet, it was a joy to talk to you last night. I've been missing you, my friend. Okay. Here we are, and this is a pre-order. Okay, so this is the fabric kit if you want to get it, but I'll just jump in here. This is the fabric kit. There's the thread kit is right here, and here is the embroidery design. We are sold out of the backing fabric, the 108 backing fabric. You may or may not need, if you're making the small quilt like me, you're not going to need a big old piece. So let's jump in here and take a look. This is just lovely. It's such a pretty, pretty quilt. So we're going to do, we can pre-cut on the Scan and Cut. I'll do that sometimes for you guys. Then a lot of it is just embroidery. It's not a lot of applique. You've got a lot of embroidery. Let's flip over here. The sheep is my favorite, and some folks love the cat. Okay. Love it, love it. Just precious. And there it is in the Prim line. Okay. So they have gotten as close as possible using the Prim fabrics. And so that is going to start in November. And we're going to get that quilt done hopefully before the end of the year. I hope to do a block or two a week. So doesn't Two Chicks shipping will be late November, early December. Star, I didn't see that. That may be, I don't know. I will make sure that everybody who had a pre-order of this has it before we start. We might start December, January timeframe, but it ships in November. I just don't know when. We are waiting. As far as I know, there are pallets of fabric that have arrived at Two Chicks, and they are waiting on the USBs to come in from Riley Blake. So Connie says, I'm late. What are we doing in November? I know. You watched the Robert Kaufman intro, RK. Oh, you mean Riley Blake video last night, and they said they're using medium cutaway. So I'm not a fan. I'm going to use Designs by Juju's. So hold on a second. The Riley Blake print. I have not watched that video. Y'all, the medium weight cutaway that they use is stiff. It's really stiff. And I used, let me get the block. I put SF101 on the back of the background fabric, not the applique fabrics, just the background fabric. And we'll talk more about this, okay? I used SF101 on the back of the background fabric. And then I used the Designs by Juju Easy Tear. And it turned out nice and floppy. It's folded. It turned out nice. Beautiful. Now, there is no background quilting on this, okay? I had a viewer from Alaska. I said I was going to quilt over the top of it. She emailed me and she said she likes a 50 weight, like so fine, color 7007. I do remember that. I think it was so fine. I can't remember. Over the top of applique and embroidery, and it works beautifully. It's a tearaway. Yeah. Does SF101 shrinks? Yes. You can wash it. You just have to shrink your SF101 first before you put it on. Hold your iron over it. Okay. Yeah. If you use a medium weight cutaway, it's very stiff. It feels like a flak vest. I'm not a fan of that. So this is draping, and it's not super stiff. It's nice and soft. Okay. So you can't get past the hand. You just don't like it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Mine's going to be a wall hanging. It's not a cuddle quilt. That's me. Okay. Let me put some stabilizer in this hoop. Hold on a second here. See, I've got a big old cord going right across, and this is kind of a pain in my neck. But I just want to make sure I've got enough stabilizer, and so that this will fit. Yeah, it's a big old thing. Yeah, my battery's okay on that camera. Let me get my rotary cutter here. Don't. I'll trim this chunk off. I'm a hot mess when it comes to doing this, you guys. The bottom of the hoop is under here. Okay. Now, I could do it this way. It will fit. Matter of fact, I guess I will. Yeah, I have enough on each end so that it doesn't pull out of the magnetic hoop. I'm lefty in it here. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to float it like usual. If you're brand new to embroidery, there is this thing called floating, and it's very, very handy. Okay. I'm going to put my stabilizer in the hoop. Lady emailed me and she said she was trying to hoop a terry towel, but that the towel would not hoop in her. She couldn't get it hooped in the traditional hoop. So you can float it. You can get some sticky stabilizer if you like, and you can float it in there. Now I'm putting this plastic, corrugated plastic, kind of leaving, it's not right on it like it came in the package, but I'm just going to put this on here, and I'm going to even up, make sure it's kind of even there. I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough. I don't want to pinch my fingers. So this is how you do it without pinching your fingers. Okay. Then just drop it. And then while it's still there, that plastic is still there, kind of get the hoop on top of the top hoop on top of the base. Just right. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And then you can pull this out, and you don't pinch your fingers, and you get a nice hooping. Okay. There. I have enough stabilizer. Then you can tug it. I got enough stabilizer all the way around. That's nice. That's a beautiful hooping right there. So these are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. You have trouble keeping the stabilizer tight. Suggestions. Donna, I use clam clips from Office Supply to clip those on there. I have a video on how to do that somewhere in the archives for sure. And I need a piece of stabilizer. I'm sorry, batting. I don't have any more Kimberbell batting. I'm going to have to use this, which is fine. Oh, I already have it cut. Never mind. I cut it already. Okay. I think I'm good to go. We're just making do here this morning, y'all. Okay. I brought it over on the USB. All righty. I'm going to touch this. And I've got him brought up already. I know for a fact I do not have the correct thread color in there. So this will work. I got to find the end. There it is. Glasses, you guys. And maybe some tape. Do I have tape over there? I do. Okay. Good, good, good. Can't see a thing. I already have my background fabric, which is the fabric that the applique goes on. That already has some, they said you won't get the kit till the end of November. Okay. You can't find this fabric, Linda. I'm sorry. On the Halloween one, that's an old panel from a couple years ago. The pattern, I believe the name of the pattern is Fandango. And it is a Villa Rosa Designs. So, yeah. So when I'm going to be doing projects like this, I want to think about what's the first color that's going to be used in the design that will be seen. And I'm not a fan. I'll just put it this way. So here's the background fabric, and here's the thread for the background quilting. You're not going to see it. And I don't like that. I like to see, you love the fabric. Yeah, Linda, I thank you. Yeah, I liked it too. And I was lazy. I just, I didn't even cut that panel up. I didn't even cut it up. I was just like, I'm just going to do the whole thing like it is, right? And I used a spider web. Isn't that cute? The little socks on the girls there. I used a spider web quilting. Boy, that was stitching intense for sure. But all that fabric is a couple years old. Yeah. Okay. So crafting on a dime with Shay Shay, you like to match your fabric with the background stitching because you don't want to see the thread. See, I like to see the thread. So what I'm going to do is I might use a different color. I can use like this mint, and it might show up on there. I don't know how good that shows up on the screen. The mint will be very subtle behind it. Or I could use this, this is called Cool Gray number 3, and that will show up probably a lot. So, the darker color. Okay, Vicki, you got it. I'm going to use this mint. I think this will work the best. I'm with you on that. So I'm going to get rid of this. See, the background quilting on this is so pretty. You like the gray, Hope? Well, the background quilting on this is so pretty. It's all these beautiful snowflakes. Oh, so maybe we do need the silver, huh? Maybe we do need the gray to resemble the snowflakes, right? Maybe we do. All right, Hope, you win. The darker blue, y'all don't confuse me. We're going with the gray. Sorry, Vicki. Snowflakes, we're going with the gray, okay? See, and that's the thing. It's still going to be beautiful, even though we're not exact to pattern. You know, you don't have to live. You can live life on the edge, okay? Live life on the edge. Okay. I need some help from someone out there. I'm working on a super secret project, as Joy would say. I need a, let's see, placement line. I need a design tester. I'm working on a project, and I need a design tester who has a Bernina. And if you are interested in, I mean, you need to be savvy, okay? You need to know what you're doing. Don't be a beginner. I love you beginners, but this is for folks who know what they're doing. I have a design tester for Brother Baby Lock. I don't have a response yet from a FOF, and I need a design tester for Bernina. So if you are interested in testing a design for me, you'll get the, just email me, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com, you Bernina users. Okay. What did I do with my, I thought I cut my batting. Did I not? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that was another project. Yeah, it was another project. All right. Let me cut my batting real quick. This is very scientific the way I do this, you guys. Okay. I'm going to take my background fabric. Okay. Let me put it over here on this other edge that I cut a chunk out of. Very, very scientific, precise, you know, careful hand and all that, right? And I'm just going to put my background fabric on here and I'm going to cut it. So it's an embroidery applique design, and you do not need to have a cutting machine, a ScanNCut. It will be helpful if you do, but if you don't, that is okay. All right, there, you see that? Don't get all hung up on it's got to be this size. Just cut it. It's fine. So I'm going to make sure that this is exactly where it needs to be. Side to side, top to bottom. I can see a little bit left over. Okay. So here's our tack down. Let me see if I can see the silver in the tack down. The gray. I don't know. I want to see it, but I don't want it screaming at me. I think it'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. You only have a Husqvarna? Yeah. Do I prefer Glide over Isacord? Bobby, I use whatever I have on hand that is the color that it works. You're talking use King Star silver. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Well, happy Grandma. I appreciate you sharing that with folks of where they can get the Prim USB. I'd rather you use my link rather than shop outside of Power Tools with Thread. So you email me, Stacy. Okay, great. Good. Okay, I finished the final video for block 1 of Prairie Days yesterday. So if you haven't seen it yet, go take a look. And you need to go to my channel and sign up, hit the bell for notifications so you're told when I put out member-only videos. So you guys think I ought to use some silver? That's a thought. Let me go get it. Why do you see responses to questions before I actually say it? Oh, I don't know. That's weird. Oh, there's a delay. Probably whatever server you're on in the YouTube world. Let me get a silver King Star and see what we can do. I have MA1 and MS1. You are then watching with the closed captioning on. Yeah, there's a delay. That's why. I'm seeing it on my screen first. This is MS1, lighter silver. MA1 is the darker. Light or dark? Let's get into the King Star. Probably the dark would look better. MS1, you guys like the lighter? The dark. I think I like the darker. The darker is not going to scream at you so bad. Light, light, dark, light, light. The light you're going to see better. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we stitch a little and choose? The darker one looks good on denim. You bought it yesterday. Yeah. The light is too light. Yeah, I'm going to go with the dark. I'm with you on that. So I am going to use MA1 from King Star. So King Star, what is King Star? King Star is made in Japan, and it is the exact same thread. It was introduced to us by Designs and Machine Embroidery. And it's the exact same thread that they use on those beautiful ceremonial kimonos over there. It is wrapped around silk or rice paper or something. Anyway, the manufacturing process of King Star is very different from any other metallic thread. I won't use any other metallic thread. I've tried a couple. They kink, they coil, they're miserable. I hate them. I don't want anything to do with them. This is just gorgeous. I even have a video when King Star was introduced into the market several years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago. I did a video on my old brother Quattro, and I put it in the bobbin, and I made a gold freestanding lace angel ornament, and it didn't have one hiccup at all. Not one. Okay. I do recommend a little bit larger needle. I mean, I think you can use a smaller one, but I recommend a larger needle so that the thread has, you know, no drama going through there. Let's take a look and see if we can see it. Oh, hold on a second. It got itself over there. Let me get the tail. Let me cut that. Okay. Okay. I want to see snowflake without. We're going to stitch one snowflake and take a look. I don't know if I can see it, y'all. I don't think I can see it. I can't see it. I'm looking straight at it and I can't see it. All right. Maybe you lighter people won the battle on that war. Let's see. We'll see how it looks. I use a piece of paper tape to keep the end of the thread attached to the spool so it doesn't go everywhere. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to have to put all of these threads back on the 10 needle because I have got to get, let's see, I have those 2 Piece As You Go, Quilt As You Go blocks and 2 floral blocks yet to go on this quilt. I'm changing thread mid-snowflake, and if anybody sees it, I don't care. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, yeah. Nice. It's going to be pretty. Yeah, that'll be pretty. Run the design twice. I don't want to do that, Debbie. Yeah, it's too much like work. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's brighter. Looks good. The Crafty Puerto Rican says, I just got a Solaris. A what? Stellar? Oh, good. And it's a lot to learn. Easy peasy, my friend. One snowflake was a little bit dirty. Yeah, it came out of New Jersey. Kidding. All right. I'll show you what it looks like. See how this just stitches with no problem? Love it. Don't have to slow the machine down. No drama. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah. That's much better than the, see how the corner you can't hardly see? That'll work. So it's behind it. It'll be pretty. We're just going to let it do its thing there. So. Day Name says, I grew up in New Jersey. Dirty snow's a real thing. I've never been there. All righty. Let's see here. Yeah, so lots more work to do on this. I really want to get this finished. Yeah, the brighter one looks better. It's pretty. I got a tail up there I'm going to have to do. So this is a 15-minute stitch out on this background quilting. It's not going to finish before our hour is up. All right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to trim up the penguin from yesterday. So I'm going to grab my trimmer by George and do that with you guys. And I'm going to use my 60mm rotary cutter. Do I need to change the size of the needle for the metallic? I do, just to give, so I'm stitching with a 9014 here. I like just to give the thread a little bit more room through the eye of that needle for it to be happy, right? Less friction on the needle. So you'd be binding while it stitches out? She says, well, wait. No. All right. So let me move this. I'll show you guys, those of you that are members and you want to, this is the Prairie Days final block. Turned out beautiful. Absolutely love it. So that video went up yesterday. Okay. I want to be able to see you guys here. And here's my little penguin, and he needs trimmed. I'm going to come over here to this side so I'm not hindered by cords. Okay. Let me see here. Oh. So I'm going to do the short side first. And you just, so the trimmer by George has a metal lip on it. Okay. It's an aluminum lip. 1, 2, or 3 makes no difference. Version 1, 2, or 3. This is the 3.0. It just is different varieties of acrylic or metal or whatever. So any one of them work. This is proprietary to Hoop Sisters. I have a link to it below the description box. And so I'm going to put this down. You guys give a thumbs up if you like the content. I find that most of the people who watch hang out in their sewing room all day like I do. So I'm just going to run backwards on this and run forward. So I just pulled the fabric over. Now I have a nice clean piece of stabilizer that I can franken-stable to other pieces and reuse. Tiny bit of scrap. And the beauty is I don't have to trim in the hoop. Okay, I'm just pulling up the fabric and that metal edge protects it. I go backwards just because I'm weird like that. Okay. And now these are short. Now the longer sides are now shorter. And it does have measurements on it. So if I wanted to, if I wanted a 1/2 inch seam allowance, keep that. Then you just flip it over and put the 1/2 inch line right on the stitching. And I get a nice, pretty seam allowance. Now, I'm going to square this up and get it right with my orange pop rulers later when I go to put everything together. Okay, so we'll take this. It's just very handy. If you're going to do these in the hoop projects like this with batting and whatnot, you definitely want one of these blocks, one of these rulers. They're a little pricey. It's about $40, but y'all, acrylic is crazy expensive, and it works so well. And look how pretty that turned out. And look at the beauty on the back up at the edge. Nice and pretty and smooth. Oh, I got it wonky there. I can do it again. Okay. So that looks good. He's so cute. Look at that. That turned out great. Okay. Clean all this up. Oh my goodness. I was talking about Dana K. White and organizing the other day. And you guys, I got so many emails from y'all. I thought that was wonderful. Let's see. Come back over here. What are you talking about? You ordered from Caramel last night the toolkit to store all the rulers, and it's normally $125 and it's on sale for $50. Karen, are you sure? Are you sure? That's below wholesale. Well, I hope you didn't get scammed, my friend. The backing on the luminaire looks better than the backing on your Stellaire pieces. You know, what I've noticed on a lot of the Brother and Baby Lock machines is this part of it here and this part of it here, they're all identical for the most part. I mean, I'm talking the higher end machines. Where you're paying for the money differences is in here, where the brains are. You know, they had a Kimberbell sale on Saturday. Oh, okay, Annette. All right. It's real. It's from Kimberpalooza. Wow, good. Okay, good. Glad to hear. I love that. I love that case. This is what they're talking about. I love this case. Those rulers, I always worry, you know, I'm going to break them or drop them or whatever. And the scissor kit, too. I don't have their scissor kit. Do I? No, I have the Fat Quarter Shop scissor kit. It's in the motorhome. But I keep all my goodies in here. My clear blue tiles, everything. I love it. My USBs for Kimberbell, everything's in here. The cool code is $129 on their site. It's no longer on sale. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you should. I hope if you got it for $50, that's, yeah. They must be trying to make room in the warehouse then. It's not $50 now. Okay. You got it too, Denise? Good for you. Awesome. Yeah, y'all will love that. Good. Awesome, awesome. The snowflakes are beautiful in the silver. They're beautiful in the silver. Very nice. So anyway, what else do you want to talk about? Just sitting here waiting for this to do its thing. I went ahead and let me pull this thread off of here. What a mess. Dottie was chasing my thread tails. Not good. I don't need her getting that in her stomach. Okay, so these are all the threads that I need for my snowman, and they're on the book here. And underneath, I did put fusible woven. Let me make sure my spools aren't going to fall in. On the back of the white fabrics here and here for the snowman. And this is from the embellishment kit. It's a piece of knit. Looks like a sweater. Okay. If you didn't buy the embellishment kit, just use a piece of fabric that looks like that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So that's everything ready to go on this. Snowflakes of stitching, yes. Oh, someone want to know where I got my shirt quilt wench? This is from Bee Inspired Tees. I have a link below to them in the description box. So cute. Can't we all just quilt along? So I do have a link for Trimmer by George Pam. It is below in the description box. I sure do. So you off to the dentist? Oh, no. So, hey, you guys, give a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to become a channel member, it's only 99 cents or $1.49 if you watch on Apple. But so explain how I Frankenstein stabilizer, Sandy wants to know. That's a good one. So I don't do it on the straight stitch machine because it kind of bubbles a little bit, but on a standard sewing machine, there is a stitch. I don't have one of their stitch pictures like I did on other things, but there is a stitch called a join stitch. And it goes like stitch, stitch, over, stitch, stitch, over, kind of, and it's designed to do a flat, almost like a flat felled seam. So I just overlap the stabilizer. I don't put it let me get two pieces and show you. You can sew it together. You can glue it together. I prefer sewing. So now that I have these nice two pretty pieces of stabilizer, see, I overlap them like this. Oh, an inch. Not quite, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Just overlap them. And then in the middle of that, I sew the join stitch. And it depends on what machine you have, what they call it. But let me look at one of my manuals in my books and see, do I have a manual at all? I don't know if I do. I don't anymore. Yeah, so you can use a very large zigzag. It's kind of the same thing. Blind hem stitch will work, yes. You just use a wide zigzag. You don't want something very tight because it'll pucker a little bit, but just a very wide zigzag, and that'll work. Am I using the flat hoops like the one on sewing machines more than the standard hoops that have a lip? Yes, I do. As a rule, I pretty much use all magnetic flat hoops. Go to their app and the bag is still $50 on their comment sold part. Oh my goodness. Really? Y'all, our hour is up. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe. That's free to do. No membership to subscribe. Okay. And I love you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Y'all come on back and go sew something.